Hey there, beautiful people. A while back I shared a post about gluten and I will share that post below for anyone to see it in case you miss anything I say here. But for many years I didn't actually, when I first started my nutritional training and stuff, I didn't think that gluten was so much the problem, more the way they process wheat and how it's quickly forced into rising and all the chemicals that are pumped onto it and into the ground and all that kind of thing. And then more recently I've been doing research about it, and quite a lot of research about it actually, and realizing how horrendous gluten is, and that actually nobody should be eating gluten at all. It's really, really bad for us as human beings, but particularly, and I've written some of the things down from the list, so if I keep looking at something else, that's just as a reminder, but particularly if you're suffering from any autoimmune condition at all, or any thyroid condition at all, then you should be avoiding gluten with a bargepole. It will be fueling those conditions. It will be triggering those conditions on every level. And if you want to feel even remotely better, then you really have to give up gluten altogether. And in this day and age, it's not that difficult to do. It's just that it feels addictive, and that's one of the things on the list. Here's a scale. Where are you going? You're going to sit behind me. Can't see you. Where are you? Here's my monster. Yeah. And I'm going to do it like that, although I can't see properly now. So yeah, it's addictive, which is another thing. Which is obviously bad about it, and that's also why it feels quite hard to give up sometimes, because it affects our dopamine levels, so it makes us feel really good initially, and that's why it feels like comfort food, and that's why we go to it so easily as well. Plus, if it's white wheat, it's spiking our blood sugars, so it makes us, initially gives us a bit of a high, but then actually affects our energy levels quite a lot, because it's really hard for our bodies to process, so the body needs more energy to try and digest it, so it actually reduces your energy levels, and it reduces your mental clarity for that reason as well. And the other reason that it's really, really bad for us is that it's got opiates in it, and it's not the same ones as heroin and things, but it's actually still got a variety of these in, which I think most of us can agree are not very good for us. So that's also another reason it's addictive as well. It fuels food intolerances and allergies. So if you have any kind of food intolerance, allergy, sensitivity at all, whether that be to foods or washing powder or anything like that, then it's fueling those too. And it's impossible to heal leaky gut or any other digestive problem like IBS or obviously celiac or anything like that. Any digestive problem at all, it's impossible to heal fully if you're ingesting gluten. Gluten makes its way through the digestive, oh gosh, I can't remember the word now, through the lining of the digestive system and into the bloodstream, and the body doesn't recognize it as being part of the body and attacks it, and that's also why it fuels and really badly fuels autoimmune conditions and thyroid conditions, because it hangs out then it's in those areas, and the body also so it's attacking that, but the body also then thinks that the thyroid and things like that are gluten too, and starts to attack it, because they're very similar in structure. But like I said, it's being stored in those sorts of areas as well. Your body cannot process it. It doesn't know how to process it, like I said. So it takes a lot of energy trying to do that. And then also a lot of energy by it finding its way into your bloodstream and your body trying to attack it as well once it can't digest it. Let me just check my list, but I think that is the main things. So that's the main things why we should all be avoiding it. But I really, truly, if you are suffering from any kind of autoimmune condition, any kind of depression, low mood, low energy, thyroid problems, please try and avoid gluten with the bargepole. It will definitely be fueling your symptoms, even if you don't feel that it is, even if it's you don't notice the difference. It's definitely doing it. It's not meant to be there, it's not meant to be in our bodies, and it's definitely not meant to be in our bloodstream. And there is lots of science to prove how it is fueling autoimmune conditions. And I think that's the one thing that medical professionals and more holistic professionals agree on, that gluten is like the devil's food for those sorts of conditions. But as I said, no one should really be eating it anyway. So yeah, that's all from me. If you have any questions about that or anything else to do with nutrition and stuff, don't forget I do one-to-one consultations, but also I have the weekly live sessions on my membership group, which is free to join for a month below, and we talk about mental health, digestive health, all sorts of physical health, long-term illnesses, all sorts of things, fermenting, all that sort of yumminess. Okay, ciao for now.